Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you my fangirl favorites for March 2022. So, how has everybody been? What's everyone been getting up to in the month of March and whatnot? In a minute, I guess I'll go into some of my nerdy favorites that I got up to this month and share a few nerdy things of merchandise that I purchased and whatnot. But yeah, I guess on a more serious note, to just start off this video, I guess just to, I don't know, yeah. You all have probably been watching the news, Russian invasion of Ukraine and whatnot. I just feel so silly doing a video here in a minute where I'm going to be like, oh my god, guys, let me share with you some of my things that I did this month, when there's people in other parts of the world that are suffering and dying right now, and I just feel silly doing a video like this, to be quite honest. But yeah, everybody knows what's going on, Russian invasion of Ukraine and whatnot, and I just wanted to address it really quickly. Seriously though, Ukrainians, you guys are a bunch of badasses. I love you. I love your resiliency, your unwavering patriotism, I guess. You guys, keep it up, keep going. But yeah, just kind of wanted to throw that out there really quickly before I get into my silliness that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, if you're watching this, yeah, let's just have a good time, have some fun, because yeah, there's people out there who are not getting to have that privilege at all right now. So yeah, first up, just such a horrible transition. I cannot segue at all into transitions. Let me put it that way, you guys. I apologize. But yeah, March is my birthday month, you guys. I had a birthday early part of March, and I took a week off from work. I had like a week of vacation time that I had to use up, because where I work, the vacation time, if you don't use it, you lose it. That includes like the pay as well if you don't collect it. Yeah, my rollover point is like sometime in April or May, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I always like to use up my last week of vacation, kind of my birthday week, just so I can have a nice chill, relax birthday, have some me time, if you will. But yeah, I had a nice birthday, you guys. I did do a birthday book haul last week, if you guys want to watch that. I love going to Barnes & Noble, going crazy, getting me some books, because I have a problem. Barnes & Noble likes my problem, though, that's for sure. They like my patronage. Also, for my birthday, I really wanted to do a escape room with my family. I love escape rooms. Yeah, guys, I just like being stuck in a room, solving riddles and clues, putting your brain to use. So yeah, I went to one of my local escape room places, and me and my family, we did a room called Murder Mansion. Is that what it was called? Murder Mansion? Mansion Murder? Something like that, some combination of words. Alas, we didn't get through. These places, they only give you like an hour usually to escape, and I think we probably needed about an hour and a half. But alas, we did not escape Murder Mansion. We were so close though. The girl who was like our game manager or whatever, she said that we were just about done. We probably had about 5 more riddles and clues to kind of get through, so we were just about done. We probably needed maybe another 20 minutes or so, I'm thinking. But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing an escape room, and I really liked the one that we went to, because I've gone to one in the past, and it was like a bank heist escape room, and I mean, I had fun at that one as well, but it was like kind of really cheaply done, and it didn't feel very immersive. So yeah, I was really into the escape room experience that I had this month, because since it was a murder mansion or whatever, it really looked like we were in a mansion room, the way it was decorated, the decor, just the overall look of it, the aesthetic. It was just a lot more top-notch quality, if you will, and I really appreciated that, and I really got into it. It just made the experience a lot more immersive, a lot more engaging, a lot more fun. But yeah, me and my family, we had a great time at Murder Mansion, Mansion Murder, whatever it was called. I would love to try it again, and now that we because we have some of the stuff memorized, I'm curious if we can get out of there now within an hour, because I'm just kind of curious how it ended. I feel like I've left off at the end of a murder book, you know? I feel like I'm at a cliffhanger. I don't know what happens. So yeah, that was all of that. I guess I'll show you a few bits of merchandise that I got this month. You guys, isn't this adorable? Can you even tell what it is? This is from a company called Squishable. It's almost kind of like the Squishmallows company, but this is called Squishable. Same sort of concept, little plushy, squishy plushies, however. Yeah, I just kind of stumbled across this, you guys, and this is a plague doctor. You know, like when you're reading or watching stuff from like the medieval era in Europe and whatnot, and you got the plague doctors running around, those creepy ass masks, that like the beak, there's like a beak that kind of goes out, and yeah, they just look super eerie and creepy and whatnot. But yeah, this is supposed to be a plague doctor, and he's carrying like a little lantern, and he has the mask on, and I just thought it was morbidly cute. You all know me, I love morbid cuteness. And then my sister, after I showed her my plague doctor, she was like, oh, I want to get on that website and see if there's some stuff that I would like. So she got on the website, and sure enough, she found some cute things that she liked, and so I'm going to share those with you as well. It is Hati and Skull, and these are wolves from Norse mythology. I freaking loved this concept. When my sister was showing me these, I was like, you must get these. This is just a genius, clever idea. I've never seen plushies for the wolves from Norse mythology. But yeah, Hati and Skull, from Norse mythology, from what I kind of remember, they're two wolves that chase each other around the earth or whatever, and in Norse mythology it's supposed to be kind of like their version of the origin of how, you know, there's the sun, and then it's followed by the moon, and then that's followed by the sun again, you know, 24-hour sort of thing, if you will. So yeah, which one's which? Yeah, Skull is supposed to be the sun, and Hati is the moon, and yeah, seriously, these are so cute. Like I said, I love the idea of them, just so genius and clever, and I've never seen any sort of plushies for something like this. And then just to kind of conclude this video with a few movies that I watched this month. Once again, this all happened during my birthday week, because I was taking advantage of not having to go to work, and I was like, I'm going to try and catch up on a few movies because I don't ever really have the time to sit and do that. So I watched 2 movies this month. First up was Jojo Rabbit, which came out back in like late 2019 if I'm not mistaken, and it was part of like the 2020 like Oscar season. Wow, you guys, Jojo Rabbit, wow. I freaking loved this movie. It was so good. It's a bizarre movie, let's put it that way. It's a bizarre movie, but it has a lot to say in just interesting, unique ways. That was kind of clever. If you don't know what Jojo Rabbit is about, it takes place in Nazi Germany, World War II, and it follows a little boy. I think they say he's 10 years old, a little boy named Jojo, and he is joining the Hitler Youth, and he really wants to just be the greatest one there, joining the Hitler Youth. He just puts his all in there. He is just so gung-ho about joining Hitler Youth. He is so freaking excited, you guys. And the thing about Jojo, he has you can kind of look at it a couple different ways. You can either view it as an imaginary friend, or I think what the movie almost kind of leads you more to believe, especially by the end, it's more of Jojo's, just his inner voice, if you will. His subconscious, almost. But yeah, either way, his imaginary best friend, his subconscious, however you want to think of it, is Adolf Hitler, played by Taika Waititi, who is also the director, correct? He is also the director of the movie. I remember when this movie first came out, it was very bizarre because people were like, what? Hitler is the imaginary best friend of this little boy? That is creepy, that is weird. It is, but it's, in the context of what's going on in the movie, it is just so uniquely, cleverly done, and it's done with reason and with purpose, especially with just the way Jojo's character starts at the beginning and where he ends by the end of the movie. He has just such an incredible journey, and just the voice of Hitler running around in the back of his head, you know, and being his imaginary best friend, you know, I mean, it really just does things to him as a character, and he really grows and develops over the course of the story and whatnot. It's really a coming-of-age movie at the end of the day. So yeah, I just, wow, I loved Jojo Rabbit, you guys. I love the writing, the directing, the actors. This cast is full of a lot of people who are kind of really there in just small roles. You got Scarlett Johansson, you got Sam Rockwell, yeah, Taika Waititi directing and playing in the movie. It was a great movie, you guys. I really highly recommend it. It's very, very comedic, but there is also a deep level of seriousness in there, a deep level of commentary, and yeah, I mean, the comedy is there for a reason, you know. But yeah, I definitely really highly recommend it, you guys, if you've not got around to Jojo Rabbit. It's a weird, great time. It's bizarre, but it totally worked for me. I know it didn't work for some audiences, but yeah, for me, I absolutely loved it and found it quite clever. And then the other movie that I finally got around to was The Invisible Man, which came out like back in early 2020, kind of right before the theaters started shutting down for coronavirus and whatnot. Invisible Man, starring Elizabeth Moss, right? Yeah, Elizabeth Moss. So I got that right? Yeah. I feel like I'm getting some actresses confused. No, it's Elizabeth Moss, right? Yeah. She's like from Handmaid's Tale and whatnot. And then playing the titled Invisible Man is Oliver Jackson Cohen, who I freaking love. Yeah, guys, I've seen him in so many things over the years, and he had like kind of a smaller role in this in some ways, considering he is the Invisible Man, because you don't really see him until the end of the movie, really. But yeah, the Invisible Man, when it was being promoted in the trailers and whatnot, and it was being promoted as like a horror movie. And the thing is, I feel like calling The Invisible Man a horror movie is like just a disservice to the movie. I found the movie not to be so much a horror movie, but more just a psychological thriller more than anything. A psychological thriller that had terrifying moments in it. But yeah, The Invisible Man, there is the book, obviously, called The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. But this movie, it's not really a retelling of the H.G. Wells book at all. It's very, very loose, you know, and it's a contemporary movie as well. So it's a very, very, very loose adaptation of the book. It's really just taken kind of the concept more than anything. And like I said, The Invisible Man, it is, instead of thinking of it as a horror movie, think of it as a psychological thriller, and it's about a woman. The movie literally opens, seriously, the first like 10 minutes of this movie are absolutely terrifying and chilling, and your heart is just like beating wildly the first 10 minutes. But this woman, it opens, we see her sneaking around her house. She's like turning off cameras and getting her belongings and just sneaking around, and you quickly get the feeling, okay, she's trying to run away from her very violent husband. And I mean, you get that vibe immediately from the beginning without any dialogue even being spoken to you that her husband is violent, you know, just from the performance and the vibe you're getting. It's like, okay, this is a bad domestic situation that she's trying to run away from. And so yeah, sure enough, as the movie does progress along, it is. It's definitely a domestic violence situation. And the trailers already kind of tell you this from the get-go, so this is not a spoiler. The trailers let you know that after she does escape from her husband, that the newspapers say, hey, he committed suicide, he's dead. But the thing is, this woman, she still is like feeling her husband's presence around her. She feels like somehow he is spying on her, that he is invisible, that he is really there. So, of course, you know from the trailers, the title of the movie, yeah, her husband is not really dead. He is not really dead. He is the Invisible Man. He is lurking around the corners, spying and watching on her, trying to scare the living shit out of her. Seriously, this movie was great. I just absolutely loved it. And the movie just did so much with so little, which I absolutely loved as well. Just simple camera angles, the way the camera would be positioned at any given time, like, it would give you that sense of, okay, is her husband, is he in the room with her? Is he watching her? You know, or are we kind of overreacting? You know, because the director and the writer, they want us to overreact, you know? So I absolutely loved how this film was shot, really giving you just on any single frame of this movie just a great sense of unease and terror. But yeah, the overall movie, you guys, I definitely highly recommend this movie. Because for me personally, I am not really into the horror genre. I am very, very picky about watching horror movies, and The Invisible Man is definitely the type of movie that I like within the genre. That it kind of is a bit more than just a horror movie. Like I said, it is definitely more of a psychological thriller, which is something more up my alley, more my cup of tea that I enjoy. So I definitely recommend giving The Invisible Man a shot, because it is actually very, very quite good. It's very, very well done, I think. Yes, there are some jump scares in there, because it is still classified as a horror movie. There are some jump scares in there, but never to the point that you're like, ah, like you're just running around like screaming your head off and whatnot. You can kind of see them coming a little bit. And yeah, there's just some truly shocking twists and turns in this movie, you guys. I just really want to watch it again, just to kind of pay attention to some things better. Knowing where some of the scares are, where some jump scares are, it's like, I would like to kind of pay better attention. So that way I'm not sitting there all clutched up like, oh my god, what's coming, you know? But it is, seriously, a really well-directed, written movie, I think. I definitely recommend it. So you guys, that is it for my fangirl favorites of March. In the comments below, what have you guys gotten up to this month? Anything that just gives you great joy, whether that's music, video games, books, movies, television, whatever hobby that you enjoy doing, whatever gives you joy, whatever just takes your mind off of the shittiness that's in the world, let's be real. So yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.